Good evening, student. We are going to discuss the question paper that we had on Sunday. It's on acid, base, and salt. So first question we are going to discuss, which is the pH of neutral solution is 7.
7.
Yes. So option C is correct. Very easy. Okay, next. Complete the reaction. HCl, H2O, it is going to form.
Sir, H3, because hydrogen, H3 and
Yes, H3O positive.
actually
It will
there's only
form,
one option.
see, that are going to dissociate. Okay,
C,
that,
sir.
yes, see, that H positive ion is going to combine with water molecule to form a hydronium ion. Okay, to form hydronium ion. So option C is correct. H3O positive plus Cl. Due to presence of a lone pair of electron on oxygen atom, hydrogen approaches that oxygen atom to form the bond with it. That's why it forms H3O positive, and it is hydronium ion. Okay, so option C is correct. Then we have litmus is an example of
Natural.
indicator.
Yes, it is
Sir,
an
I wrote
indicator.
artificial, then I got to know it's a natural.
Okay,
Means directly come from trees.
what is what is that indicator word mean?
It
What is
tells
meaning
whether
of
substance
indicator?
is,
Yes,
it tells whether substance is acid or base.
yes. Those substances, they are used to determine the nature of substance, whether they are acidic, basic, or neutral. Okay, those substances are called as indicators. Indicators, we have three types. One is called artificial or synthetic or man-made. Another one is called natural, and then we have universal. And one more, we have olfactory indicators also. We will discuss that in indicator part in the same chapter. Don't worry. So we have 4 types of indicators. Which are they?
Good evening, sir. Hello.
Good evening, beta. Who's that?
Sir, now can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Ahil.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So first one, we have natural indicators. Then we have synthetic indicators. Then we have universal indicators. And we have olfactory indicators. Okay. We will discuss that the same thing in the next part of our chapter. Don't worry. So we are going to discuss the fourth question. Fourth question says, what is the nature of solution whose pH is above 7?
Sir, basic.
Basic. Yes, very simple. It is basic in nature.
Basic in nature.
Yes. So do we have to go to that option? No, na?
No, sir.
Okay. Fifth question. Which is the base and not alkali? So what? Just I'm asking, what is the difference between base and alkalis?
A base has a pH of above 7, and alkali is also a base, but it is soluble in water.
Yeah, like metallic oxide. Okay. So like almost all metals, they behave like base, but they are not alkali because they are not forming OH negative ion. Suppose we have aluminum oxide or ferrous oxide. Is it going to form H positive ion? No, but they are basic in nature, means their pH is more than 7. Okay, but they are not going to form OH negative ion. That's why they are base and not alkalis. They are alkalis and not the base. All metals are basic in nature, alkalis in nature. That's why we used to say alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, elements of group 1 and 2 from S block element. Is it or not? So first group element, like we have hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium. Okay, all these are alkali metals. And then we have element from group 2, like beryllium, we have magnesium, we have calcium, we have, these are alkaline earth metals. Okay, so they are alkaline, They are also basic in nature, but they are not forming OH negative ion. So we can say all alkalis are base, but all bases are not alkalis. Okay, understood? So let me check options. Which is a
Sir?
base? Yes,
C.
yes. I told, yes, it is. See, ferrous hydroxide, it is going to form, when it is going to dissolve in water, it will form FeO and OH negative ion will release. So which is the base and not the alkalis? Okay, see, sodium, potassium, they are very highly alkaline in nature.
My voice is breaking.
Yes, voice is breaking. Everyone?
Not anymore.
Now it's okay, sir.
I think we have repeated that question 6. Toothpaste are generally basic in nature.
Basic in nature.
Yes, we already had this same question, no? Yes. Question number 7. What do all acid, all bases have in common?
Free flowing ions.
Yes, when they dissolve in water, they are producing ions. So all acid and bases ions in solution, yes. All acid bases release H positive ion, no. All acid and base OH, no. So none of this. So B and C is not possible. C, none of this says, it says none of this, so it is also not. But option number A says all acid and bases form ions in solution. So option A is correct. Then we have question number 8. It says when dilute HCl, hydrochloric acid, is added in copper oxide, okay, CuO, in a beaker, a blue-green solution is obtained. This is due to the formation of copper chloride. Yes, copper chloride. Option D is correct. Okay, because sulfate we are not adding. Okay, copper chloride, see, it is not going to form 3+ oxidation state. Okay, if we have Cu2O, that we have to discuss with question paper, the note 1. We are discuss on note 1. Let me share the whiteboard for that. Is whiteboard is visible, everyone?
Yes.
sir.
See, the question is saying we have copper oxide. Copper oxide, no? When it is going to dissolve, react with HCl, if we will add HCl in it, so what will happen? See, we have on oxygen we have -2 charge. Is it or not? Is it? See, oxygen have 8 atomic number. That means oxygen is having 8 electron. So 2 electron will come on first shell, and in second cell 6 electron will come. So now according to the octet rule, oxygen is going to gain 2 electron in order to complete its octet. Is it or not? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when oxygen is going to accept this 2 electron, one oxygen atom is going to acquire -2 charge. That's why here we have oxygen atom, on oxygen atom we have -2 charge. So, and copper oxide is neutral, means this copper will
Sir?
have positive charge. Yes.
Can you is there a way to remember valencies of the elements?
Yes, it is related to valency.
Yes, sir. I'm asking, is there a way to remember them? Because there's so many.
Yes. According to the octet rule, you can remember, you can determine a valency. Not you have to remember that. You have to remember how to determine the valency according to the octet rule. Okay. See, octet rule
Okay,
says. Octet rule says. What is statement of octet rule? Anyone have any idea about it?
In the first shell, there's 2. In the second, there's 8.
No. Octet rule says in order to acquire stability, every element must have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. So here for oxygen, outermost shell is 6. Is it or not? In outermost shell, see, oxygen having 2 shell. In first shell we have 2 electrons, and in second shell we have 6 electrons. But octet rule is saying that every atom or element must have 8 electron in their outermost shell. So, but in case of oxygen, we have only 6 electrons. So now oxygen have two options: whether it is going to gain 2 electron or it is going to lose this 6 electron. So to gain 2 electron will be easier for oxygen. Okay, so oxygen will accept this 2 electron in order to become stable. So in case of oxygen, it is having like 8 electron as well as 8 proton. But see, 8 electron and 8 proton will cancel each other, because we have 8 electron means 8 negative charge and 8 proton means 8 positive charge. So 8 negative and 8 positive, total charge will be 0. Means at elementary state oxygen have no charge in it, but oxygen is going to accept 2 electron. So if we will accept 2 electrons, so total electron along with oxygen atom will be 10, because it is having 8 and now it is accepting 2. So 8 plus 2 means 10 electron. So it is going to have 10 electron when it is going to accept 2 electron. Okay, so but proton are the same, because oxygen is not going to gain or lose proton. So if we will compare on oxygen 2 minus charge, why minus 2 charge is present here? Because oxygen having 8 proton in its nucleus and 8 electron also, but it is accepting 2 more electrons, so total electron will be 10. So 10 electron are here. So 10 electron means 10 negative charge and 8 proton means 8 positive charge. So if we will compare these two charges, we had 2 extra negative charge. So this extra 2 negative charge we had to represent at the top of the oxygen atom like this. We have to represent like this, minus charge, but 2 minus charge we can't represent this. That's why we used to represent it as O2 minus or O minus 2. So here we have charge. Yes.
The number of protons and electrons in a specific element is decided by its atomic mass, right? I mean atomic number.
Yes, atomic number.
So they're same?
Yes, every not atom or element, they contain equal number of proton and electron. That's why atoms are electrically neutral. Okay, atoms are electrically neutral because they contain equal number of proton and electron. So in case of oxygen, we are discussing about oxygen. If oxygen is having 8 atomic number, that means oxygen will have 8 proton as well as 8 electron. Okay, so always these two number in any atom is same. Number of proton, so I am writing here number of proton are always equals to number of electrons. So that's why we have all the atoms, they are electrically neutral, because one proton contain one positive charge, it is unit positive charge, and one electron contain unit negative charge. So the magnitude if same for both the see both the like proton and neutron, they have same magnitude, but sign is different. That's why total charge becomes 0. That's why atoms are electrically neutral. Okay, but oxygen is not stable at that state, because oxygen have its electronic configuration 2 and 6. So octet rule says in order to acquire stability, every element must contain 8 electron in its outermost shell, but oxygen is having only 6 electron in outermost shell. So oxygen have to accept 2 more electrons from other elements, from any sources. Oxygen have to have 2 electron, so that this 2 electron plus 6 electron will become 8 electron, and then oxygen is going to stable. Understood this concept?
Yes, sir.
So that's why I told you that oxygen, like in copper oxide, oxygen contain -2 charge. So copper will contain +2 charge. Okay. Do we have copper is here only, no? On the same question we are discussing about copper oxide, no? Yes, CuO. Okay. So if understood here that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So question is saying that if we will add HCl in the solution of in copper oxide, what will be the product? See, when copper oxide is going to dissociate, it will form Cu2 plus charge ion plus oxygen 2 minus charge ion. And when HCl is going to dissociate, will form H positive ion and Cl negative ion. So copper is going to react with that chlorine. So, but here we have only one charge. In Cl negative, we have only one charge, but copper having two positive charge. So, in order to neutralize that two positive charge, we will require one more Cl negative. Okay. So, copper is going to form Cl CuCl2. It is copper chloride. So at copper chloride, copper is having two positive charge. Okay. And hydrogen. So hydrogen again, in order to form water molecule, two hydrogen atom will require. Okay. So two hydrogen and one oxygen will form water molecule, H2O. So here we have to multiply by two coefficient in order to balance the reaction. So the product will be CuCl2. It is copper chloride at 2 plus oxidation state. So that's why here it is written Cu means copper, then 2 and chloride. Okay, so this is the answer. So let me share the same question we were discussing about. Here it is. So that's why D is the option. Okay, understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, any doubt here?
No, sir.
Sadab, you are having doubt in which question, beta?
Sir, it was this one.
Okay. So bleaching powder forms a milky solution in water. Explain. So one option question. It is forming calcium hydroxide. And calcium hydroxide, when bleaching powder get dissolved in water, the solution turns milky due to the formation of calcium hydroxide. Okay. We will discuss the same question, don't worry, in bleaching powder section. Okay, see bleaching powder, why it is called as bleaching powder? Any specific idea about it? Anudeep?
Yes, sir. It is used to, sir, it's used to clean, sir. I mean, bleaching powder is used to,
Okay. Ashish?
clean
Diksha?
water, sir.
No. Diksha? Himanshu? Prativa? Srija? Srija? Why bleaching powder has named as bleaching powder?
Sir, it kills the germs in water.
No, so it is also, so we can call it disinfectant.
Sir, it is used to remove stains.
Yes, it is used to remove the stain means color. It is a decolorizing agent. You know, if you will have bleaching powder, most of the time you can find bleaching powder in market. So if you want to decolorize any of your cloth, you have to make a solution of bleaching powder and just add your clothes in there. That cloth will get decolorized. Okay. Understood everyone? That's why it is called as bleaching powder. The decolorizing action is nothing but called as bleaching action. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Steve,
Yes, sir.
what's wrong with you?
Nothing is wrong, sir.
I am not hearing your voice. Okay. 10th question we are going to discuss. What is fluorescence? Give an example. What is fluorescence? Yes? Huh?
Sir, is this talking about effervescence?
Yes, sorry. Efflorescence, yes. It is not fluorescence, it is efflorescence, yes. Yes, any idea about it, Sadam? Shadab, any idea about it?
Yes, sir. Is it the forming of a I forgot the word once.
Okay, let me explain you. Okay, do you know water of crystallization? Have you heard about copper sulfate, CuSO4?
Yes, sir.
It contains like 10 water molecule in its crystalline structure. Okay, so due to presence of that water molecule in crystalline structure of copper sulfate, that copper sulfate appears blue. It appears blue in color. But when if you will add like if you will have copper sulfate solution here and if you will heat, so what will happen? That water molecule will get evaporated from here. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that blue color of that copper sulfate will disappear and will become into the colorless. That means that water molecule which is responsible for the blue color of copper sulfate. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
So the water molecule present along with the crystalline structure of any salt is called as water of crystallization. And if you will heat that substance along with water of crystallization, water molecule will get evaporated from here. This is called as efflorescence. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt here? Efflorescence? Understood everyone? Do reply, beta.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me share the same question paper again. Yeah. So next question, 11th question. An aqueous solution has pH value 7. This is a solution acidic, basic or neutral? Neutral,
So
obviously.
neutral.
Neutral.
Yes. B, if H positive ion concentration of the solution is 10 to the power minus 2, that means it means 2 only, pH value 2. Is it or not? We have already discussed that.
Yes,
10 to
sir.
the power 2 means the pH value 2. So it is more acidic, strong acid in nature. What will be the P? It is not P4 value, it is pH value. Huh? It is not P4, it is pH value. The pH value will be 2 for that. For B option, pH value will be 2. Then
Sir,
C
what does the L minus 1 represent?
per liter. Liter.
Then what's the minus 1?
Oh, it is inverse. See, okay, let me share that again. That whiteboard. See, we have mole per liter. So mole per liter. So if we will write, this will do also, because here it is mole divided by liter. So see, liter is having charge here is nothing but 1, but it is in division form. When that liter will come in multiple form, so it will become mole liter inverse.
Yes, sir, I understood.
Okay. Okay. So which has the higher pH value? 1 molar HCl solution or 1 molar OH solution? So OH solution. No.
Sir, 1 minus M HCl.
Yes.
No, sir. Sir, NaOH is a base, right?
Yes.
So it will it's a base, so its pH value will be more. So
1 molar solution like basically a higher pH value, because pH value we have 0 to 7 is acidic, 0 to 6.9, 7 is neutral, and 7.1 to 14 is base. So if substance having pH value higher will be basic. Yes. Understood?
yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
see, option B is having option like answer 2. Okay. So Sadaf, that we had to solve with log table, logarithm only.
Sir, how it does, sir? I do not.
Yes, somebody is asking some question. Any question on that question paper? Okay,
Sir,
next
then
question. Glucose and alcohol solution do not conduct electricity since they do not form ions when
Ions.
dissolved in water. Yes. Because in order to conduct electricity, substance must contain electrons and ions. But if we will discuss in case of solution, so ion must be present there. Okay. So the option is they do not form ions. Option A is correct. We are going to discuss the 13th question. It is again very important. Hydrogen and chlorine are used in manufacturing of a halogen derivative. Like halogen means chlorine, or chlorine derivative of hydrogen. Like we have HCl. Many substances do we have? Let me check the options.
Sir, HCl.
HCl. Yes, very simple. Because in any all first three option we do not have chlorine. So option D will be the correct. It is the logical one. Anybody can answer that. Is it or not? Is it? Everyone do reply.
yes, sir.
Why the Tanvi? Tanvi, you are eating something? You are eating something? Then why you are not replying? I thought you are eating or what? Srija?
Sir,
What's wrong, beta?
nothing, sir.
Then why you are not like replying? Huh?
I'll reply, sir.
Sir, why is it breaking?
Voice is breaking. Okay. Only Shadab, then we have Anudeep, sometime Ashish, and Steve. Only these 3 to 4 students they used to reply. So I want everybody have to reply. Okay? Don't become introvert. Be extrovert. Do reply. Do ask the questions. It is going to help you only. Okay? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So 15th question. pH of basic solution is more than 7.
Greater than 1. Sorry,
Yes.
greater than 7.
Greater than 7.
Yes. Greater than 7. 16th question. So do we have to go through that options?
No need,
na?
sir.
No, sir,
No
no
need.
need.
No, sir.
Okay. 16th question. A solution turns red litmus blue. Its pH is likely to be C. Again,
More than 7.
yes.
More than 7.
More than
R-
7.
Yes, BRB. BRB means base going to turn the red litmus
Red
to blue.
litmus blue.
Yes. So base, and base is having pH value more than 7. 17th question. NH4OH is a weak base in aqueous medium since it forms because it is not going to dissociate completely. So will form less number of negative ions, OH negative
OH
ions.
minus. ion.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
can you explain the 14th question again?
14th question. Common salt beside being, oh, that we have not discussed, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Common salt beside being used in kitchen. Common salt, okay, sodium chloride can be used in the raw material for making washing soda, baking soda. In baking soda, we have sodium hydroxide. No. Yes, sodium bicarbonate. So carbonate we have there. Slacked lime, it is sodium calcium hydroxide. So no. Bleaching powder. Bleaching powder is having chlorine. So option second will be the answer. Washing soda is sodium carbonate. So bleaching powder is having like a bleaching action is due to chlorine gas. So chlorine gas is present there. So
There's one more method to prepare bleaching powder. Yeah.
so let me check option C. 1, 2, and 3. Washing soda also because it says sodium. Yes, if sodium is there, then option 2 bleaching powder, the chlorine is there. Yes, only see, I was not ever like we have like that much multiple choice question here. Like in C we have 3, D we have 3, B we have 3 options. So option the slacked lime is so calcium hydroxide. So by using sodium chloride, we cannot form slacked lime. So option 1, 2, and 3 is correct because bleaching powder contains chlorine. So chlorine is used. Washing soda contains sodium, baking soda both contain sodium. So first and third option sodium will use, and in second option chlorine is going to use. But in slacked lime, no chlorine, no sodium is going to use. So slacked lime we can't prepare by using NaCl. So the option C is correct. Option number 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have to discuss the 18th question now. During digestion, stomach produces a large amount of HCl, hydrochloric acid. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Why?
HCl.
Yes,
Why?
sir.
Why? Yes. Why?
Sir, what was the question?
Sir, to digest the food, sir.
Makes
Because
Yes,
yes, sir.
to digest the protein into peptides. Okay. Yes.
Sir, to also kill the microorganisms.
Germs.
Yes, it also kills the microorganism. Yes. Okay, next 19th question. Washing soda is much used as a cleansing agent. Let me see what are the
Yes, sir.
options we
To
have.
wash substances, to clean them.
Purifying agent.
To remove permanent hardness of water.
Yes.
Hardness of water, yes. See, bleaching agent we can't use it because we have to use that chlorine substance called bleaching powder. Purifying agent, no, because purifying agent must contain chlorine atom. So that chlorine is going to kill that harmful substance, like harmful microorganisms. In bakery, no. In bakery, we used to use that sodium bicarbonate. So only option A is remain here for removing the permanent hardness of water. Okay.
What does option A mean?
Option A means to remove the permanent hardness of water. See, hardness of water means we have to remove the impurities which is present in water. You know, if you will wash your clothes by pure water, you do not require washing powder, soap, detergent, nothing. Because you know, that's why if we are adding that washing powder in water, that means we are removing the we are making the water soft. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, by pure water, do you mean distilled water or just like normal
Yes.
drinking water?
This no, not normal drinking water, because normal drinking water contain many minerals. Okay. So we can say distilled water.
Yes.
Okay, only we have to have H2O. That's all. Nothing else
Sir,
in there.
voice was breaking, sir. Can you repeat just now what you said?
I said if you will wash your clothes by using distilled water, okay, or maybe pure water only, 100% H2O. So you do not require washing powder. Even if you will like bath by using water, like pure water, you do not require any soap in order to clean the dirt of your body. You do not require, like most of the like skin disease will get going to end if you will use 100% pure water.
Excuse me, sir. So where
100%
can
pure
we
water.
find this pure water, sir? Distilled water.
हाँ बेटा,
Sir, where can we find this distilled water, sir?
you can prepare at your home, but it will contain again some other impurities. We have like many electronic gadget machines are there by which we can get pure H2O. Okay, even that what RO, that reverse osmosis, the machine if everybody is having nowadays in order to like get drinking water from it. So that RO again having many impurities there, like many minerals are there. Okay, so RO is again not going to give us the pure water, distilled water. Okay, so pure water is very
Okay.
very useful in order to remove or in order to clean whatever it may be. So we do not require any other agents. Question number 20 says, which of the following gives carbon dioxide on heating? So any substance having carbonated form, any reactant, if have carbon, we have already discussed that in chemical reaction and equation part. If you have any reactant having CO3 will going to form carbon dioxide. So let's see whatever the option we have. So slagged lime, no, it is calcium hydroxide. Quick lime, no. Limestone, limestone is what? Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. So it is having COC like carbonate. So when we will heat limestone, it is calcium carbonate. Huh? So when calcium carbonate is going to heat, it will form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide will release from it. Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
So here we have completed that discussion of this question paper. So you will get the same video on your Google Classroom, so that whenever you will require, you can go through that also. Okay. So
Okay.
I have now question.